Keddy Hardware, Main Street, Nuremberg. Vintage furniture, candles, stoves and fireplaces, carpeting, flooring, generators, electrical and plumbing supplies, and so much more. Call them today at 384-4703.
Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange inside the Churchill Mall is paying cash for your gold and silver. Unwanted, broken, old or new. They pay top dollar for silver coins, national currency, fine and sterling silver flatware. Locally owned and operated and in business for over 47 years, Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange is open Monday through Saturday 10 to 7. Call them today at 497-4177 or stop in and see them.
Shenandoah Senior Living Community, 101 East Washington Street, Shenandoah, a skilled nursing and rehabilitation.
Helping your dollars go further every day. Stay here for fantastic bargains. This is Penny's Classifieds from WYLN TV 35.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show here on WYLN, a Saturday special presentation due to homecoming weekend here at Crestwood High School, and we are live at Crestwood High School in Mountaintop. I'm Marty Burns, joined by the coach, Joe DeMelfi. Joe Flanagan has returned. He will be on the sidelines. Jim Burns will be on the stats. As we mentioned, this is homecoming weekend 2013. And currently on the field, as you can see, the Crestwood High School Marching Band. And they are set for their pregame performance. Let's head down field level. And this is the Crestwood High School Marching Band. That has been the Crestwood High School Marching Band with their pregame performance for 2013 homecoming weekend here at Crestwood High School. You're watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show here on WYLN. Coming up at the top of the hour, Comets will host the Cougars of Hazleton area. You're watching live high school football here on WYLN.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
What you sleep on can change your life. It affects how you feel, your relationships, how you perform. Let the folks at Grand Central custom fit the right sleeping surface just for you. Get free interest for 36 months, free delivery, free removal, free bed frame, plus a free furniture gift card on Sealy Posturepedic hybrids and Optimum bedding. Be custom fit. Get lots of freebies. Everybody shops Grand Central. Shouldn't you?
Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
Between Crestwood and Hazleton area, both teams showing strong running games in their winning streaks. Crestwood on a 4-game winning streak, Hazleton area on a 2-game winning streak, led by a couple of hard-nosed running backs, Zach Zukowski for Hazleton area, Frank Eigeldinger for Crestwood.
I'll tell you what, Marty, when you look at Hazleton area, I think they have more balance, both running and passing. Ryan Heller has done a very good job for them over the last 2 weeks. Quarterback for Hazleton area took the place of Julius Ward when he had an injury, and I think he's done an excellent job guiding the Cougars over the last 2 games. Crestwood lost to Berwick early, is on a 4-game winning streak. Should be a very good football game. I'm looking for both teams to rely on the rush. But as we always say, you rely on the rush, people start to really put a lot of people in the box defensively. You go to the play action, you go to the short pass.
And we've seen, especially in the case of Ryan Heller, a quarterback for Hazleton area, he's been able to handle the pressure, has stepped up on a couple of occasions against the pass rush, and has not shown any jitters for only starting his 4th game coming up tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you the other thing that, Crestwood lost obviously a very good Berwick team, but they rebounded. That shows the character of the team to win 4 straight. Hazleton struggled early in their schedule. Last 2 games have made, I think, some strides toward becoming a good football team. So it'll be interesting to balance tonight who can stop the run. If they can't stop the run, either team can't stop the run, they're both going to really be in trouble. So let's see what defense can stop the run, since both of these teams look like they're going to rush the football.
And as you can see, the Crestwood High School Marching Band finishing up their pregame performance. It is an exciting weekend here at Crestwood High School, as it is Homecoming Weekend 2013. Their homecoming game coming up at the top of the hour as they'll play Hazleton area. You're watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show here on WYLN. We'll be back with more right after this.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sport Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
Why should you visit Penn State Hazleton?
Because if you come to our Penn State Day open house, there's no application fee. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
We have new scholarship money.
Students are scoring internships
all over the country. Penn State is ranked #1
by corporate recruiters.
And this is your chance to see campus, talk to students, meet professors, and check out everything Penn State has to offer.
Penn State Hazleton.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
We welcome you back to the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. We're just under 5 minutes away from the top of the hour, getting set for tonight's 2013 homecoming matchup between Crestwood and Hazleton area. And Joe, we talked about both of these running games, and with the strong running games, you have to be aware of the play action pass. But I would think tonight more than ever, whoever wins the turnover battle will have a big advantage tonight.
Yeah, and again, we go back to special teams we talk about all the time. They're going to play a very important part, but obviously turnovers. If you can make the other team commit turnovers and limit your own, you're going to be in good shape. One of the things we look for in the running game, Marty, is interior line play, both offensively and defensively. So it'll be an interesting matchup. I think the other thing you look at is the evening it's been a fairly humid day for October. See how much the weather plays into this with the conditioning aspect. Like I said, in early October, and it was 85. It still seems very humid.
Yeah, it's strange to say for the first Saturday in October we're talking about humidity in the weather portion of our broadcast, but very humid tonight. You're going to have to see that a lot of these players stay hydrated. I'm sure cramping will become an issue by the third and fourth quarter on both sidelines. And Joe, as we go along in our broadcast, I'll definitely be sure to ask you about your football day today, but we'll save that for a little bit later on. But I do want to let you know, with about 6:15 left in the fourth at Knoxville, the game is tied at 24 between the Bulldogs and the Volunteers of Tennessee. And we'll also mention, if you don't know the connection that Coach DeMelfi has on that in a little bit, but that's for you to stay tuned for. We're expecting a very good ball game between an improving Hazleton area squad and winners of 4 in a row, the Crestwood Comets, hosting the 2013 homecoming weekend here at Crestwood in what has turned out to be a beautiful night for football. Definitely not too cold. Down on the field you may see our very own Joe Flanagan speaking with referee Earl Harris. So we've got the whole crew back together on this special Saturday night edition of high school football, as it is homecoming weekend 2013 here at Crestwood. After this break, we'll have the kickoff. Hazleton area Crestwood. You've been watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show here on WYLN.
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Subaru Forester 2.5i CVT for $199 a month.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru.
Yeah.
Now Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
Tonnisson's Incorporated Machine Shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tonnisson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this WILN Sports Special presentation of high school football, week number 6 of the 2013 season. The Comets of Crestwood playing host to the Cougars of Hazleton area. You are looking live at Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, home of the Crestwood Comets, as the Comets have taken the field on their homecoming weekend 2013. We thank you for joining us. Continuing coverage of high school football here on WILN. I'm Marty Burns, joined by the coach, Joe DeMelfi. Joel Flanagan on the sidelines. Jim Burns on the stats. We will now pause for our national anthem.
Montefiletto and remain standing for the playing of our alma mater.
How can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That has been our national anthem. We are moments away from kickoff between the Comets of Crestwood and the Cougars of Hazleton area, as the alma mater being played for Crestwood High School. And then we'll be getting the coin toss and be getting set for kickoff from here in Crestwood, in which we expect a heavy dose of the ground game from both of these teams. Hazleton area, Zach Zukowski leading the way for Hazleton area, at 5.3 yards per carry, leads the team with 6 rushing touchdowns and 442 yards rushing. Frank Eigeldinger almost at 720 yards rushing, 8.6 yards per carry, 10 rushing touchdowns. But also keep an eye out for Tanner Kalu. He has 6 rushing touchdowns for the Comets.
Marty, when you look at the rushing game, as strong as it is for both teams, we talked a little bit about the interior line play. Obviously, both offensive lines doing a nice job this far into the season to have 2 backs rushing as well as they are. Quarterbacks are able to manage the game. We mentioned earlier, if you don't turn it over, very positive experience moving that football. You have to avoid those turnovers.
We'll now head field level to referee Earl Harris.
Hazleton won the toss. All right, gentlemen, shake hands.
And what has seemed to be a constant theme with Coach Drumheller, Joe, for Hazleton area, he wins the toss. He wants the football to start. So we'll get a look at that Cougar offense to start and see how the Cougars do after 2 straight home victories coming on the road here in week number 6. The officials will be getting a look at, led by our referee Earl Harris. And there they are. Mr. Ermish, Miller, Scarcella, Grismiski, and Valentini, along with referee Earl Harris.
Marty, the other part of Hazleton area's offense is Julius Ward, who we saw for 1 play last week. He was injured. Heller took over. Ward came in for the 1 play, made the fake to the right side, came out left. Looked like he was going to take it all the way, but was run out of bounds. So Ward is always a possibility to replace Heller, spell him. But again, that shouldn't affect. Both of those quarterbacks have worked with the offense now, so it shouldn't affect continuity.
And in various previews for this weekend's action, Coach Drumheller hinted that you may see Ward at various spots on the field offensively for Hazleton area.
And he's a good enough athlete to be able to do that. And as you said, if he's a person that can fulfill a lot of responsibilities, put him on the field in different spots and pass it to him. You want your key players to have as many touches as possible.
George Gendler, number 4, will be kicking it away. Zach Zukoski, the lone man back for Hazleton area, wearing number 33. Before we get underway, 1:54 left in Knoxville. 31-24, the Volunteers of Tennessee in front. Joe, if that holds up, I'd love to hear you sing Rocky Top by the end of that last minute 54.
Good spot for Tennessee to get Georgia. Georgia coming off a big win, and had them at home when you have 100 and some thousand people screaming in your favor. That's always a plus.
And they're doing it despite those ugly gray uniforms. Jeff Oakes has shifted back to be along with Zukoski. The left foot of Gendler. Deep kick, and it'll go in the end zone. Touchback. The Cougars will start first and 10 at their own 20.
10 after 20.
Getting back to the Tennessee game in the gray uniforms, if they win, they'll never get them off them.
So Hazleton area will be in the white going from right to left on your screen. Heller will come out at quarterback. Under center. And it's going to be George who will lean forward for a gain of about 5 to the 25.
Nick George,
nice gain on the opening play of the game for Hazleton area.
Number 32 wanted to stop. For the Comets, a gain of 5, second down and 5.
We've seen that play, Marty, a quick dive. Usually they'll run the tailback out of that offense a couple of times before they try to hit that dive. That time they came out with it, picked up good yardage on first down.
Play action, Heller throws, bobbled, and it'll fall incomplete. He was looking for McCallum. We'll get a look at that Cougar offense. Gunser, Kopczynski, Benet, Gasser, Despirito, the front. Zukoski, the tight end. Oaks and Kopczynski, the receivers. George and Zach Zukoski in the backfield with quarterback Ryan Heller. 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars. Clock stopped with 11:20 left in the opening quarter. A Saturday night special, high school football here on WYLN. And the handoff is Zukoski. He's got a first down and more. Zukoski out near the 40. Good for a Harry's. You pull it. Cougar first down.
Seen that play also, Marty, from Hazleton. They run that little slant. Let's take a look at Crestwood's defense.
Cordero, Givens, Ruckel, Bobick, the 4-man front. Eicheldinger, Lake, Cole, and Robinson, the linebackers. Chang and McDonald, the corners, with Lance Blass, the safety. Zukoski gets to carry again. He's in the Comet territory and has another. Harry's, you pull it. Cougar, first down.
Big running play off the left side, Marty. Zukoski, who's done a yeoman's job of carrying that football so far this year for the Cougars. Bangs it off the left side, picks up good yardage for the first down.
And you know what, Joe, before we get too far along with the game, we saw it Thursday night with the Bills and Browns, saw it with some college teams. Good to see that it's come down to the high school level. Some of those Hazleton area players wearing pink, as it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And good to see that these players supporting the cause. As Zukoski gets down near the 40, about 4 to the 42 is where they'll mark them. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Cougars. On this hot evening, we're proud to have the official beverage of the WYLN sports team, Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water. As you see on the Burger Family Dealership scoreboard, opening possession of the night, Cougars in the Crestwood territory with a 2nd down and 6. Zukoski again. Zukoski will get about 2 right to the 40. It'll bring down 3rd and 4 for the Cougars.
Marty, handoff right side. Zukoski had to level off at the line of scrimmage, then look going to the right. Picked up a couple. Leaves a crucial 3rd down situation here early in the ball game. 3rd and about 4.
Mentioned Hazleton area. You see some of the Crestwood players with pink tape, pink shoelaces. Another big 3rd down for this Cougar offense. 3rd and 4 from the Crestwood 40. George gets the carry. Crestwood not fooled, as looks like they'll just give George to the line of scrimmage to the 40. Maybe a yard to the 39. 4th and 3 for the Cougars.
Good job by that Crestwood defensive front, Marty. Rose up on that situation. Did a great job of clogging the A-gap to both sides. George had nowhere to go.
Zukoski gets it. He has the first down more. He's got 1 man to beat. Zukoski inside the 5. Touchdown, Cougars.
Touchdown. Tell you what, Marty, what happens is, and we see it quite often, the crowd, the line of scrimmage, Crestwood did, they put 8 men in the box at least. They hit it off tackle with some very good blocking at the point of attack. Zukoski for the touchdown.
No, come on, guys, you're good.
7th rushing touchdown of the season for Zukoski. Tristan Williams, number 14, on for the point after.
Williams, number 14, for the point after.
The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. 8:42 left in the opening quarter. Hazleton area strikes first. They lead it 7-0.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754, or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
Hazleton area starts tonight's ball game on a 9-play, 80-yard drive that takes 3:18 off the clock. Zach Zukowski from 39 yards out on a 4th and 3 gives the Cougars a 7-0 lead. Zukowski on that drive, Joe, 5 carries, 74 yards.
And getting back to the touchdown run, Marty, the reason it looks like there's nobody in the secondary is because you have 8 people on the line of scrimmage or within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. So when Zukowski breaks it off tackle left side, the only person that's going to be able to chase is the safety, and he did not get there in time.
Back deep for the Comets in the middle, number 21, Brandon Cole. On either side of him, number 5, Mike Legg. Number 1, Lance Blass. And Williams' kickoff is going to take a bounce and be picked up by Cole at the 10. Cole is across the 20. Cole cutting it back to the near side. Will be knocked down. I believe Oaks knocked him down. Or excuse me, that was Jesus Castile bringing him down. Ball will be marked at just about the Comet 35-yard line.
Still number 9.
Good job on the run back.
Get to a Crestwood ball.
Crestwood now
from the 35.
needs to develop some consistency with their offense, Marty. Can't afford to be going 3 and out.
Jay Popson, the junior quarterback, out of the gun. Kalu in motion, and Popson will keep on the first play. And Popson will get about 5 on the opening play of the game.
Left side, Popson follows his running back up in, picks up good yardage on that first down play.
I believe we'll get a look at that Crestwood offense under head coach Greg Myers. Koch, Grazio, Kita, Hess, and Johnson, the men up front. Ruckel, the tight end. Kalu and Tokash, the receivers. Eicheldinger and Spengler in the backfield with quarterback Jay Popson. Eicheldinger got the direct snap, gets across the 40, and he's down the sideline. Eicheldinger breaks a tackle, trying to break somebody coming late, and he's going to be brought down inside the 15, about the 11 by Jeff Oaks.
Eicheldinger, great job, Marty, on the sideline. Really looked like he was trapped. Did a great job of keeping his balance here, taking a good step up the field right there. Looked like he was about to go all the way. Oaks with the touchdown-saving tackle.
A gain of 48 by Eicheldinger gives the Comets their first Harry's You Pull It first down of the night, and they're the first team in the Grand Central Red Zone. 1st and 10, ball marked at the 12. And another snap to Eicheldinger. He'll give to Kalu. Kalu trying to get to the outside, moves one tackler, and is going to be brought down inside the 5 after a gain of 8.
Kalu looked like he wasn't going to be able to turn it up, but they had so much room to the wide side of the field. He finally found some ground and was able to turn it up and pick up a couple.
It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Second and 2 from the 4. Handoff is to Spengler, and he's in. Touchdown, Crestwood.
Great push by the offensive line. You could see the movement. There were no defensive people up the field, so Crestwood's offensive line doing an excellent job on that touchdown.
There you see Spangner getting into the end zone before being brought down. His second rushing touchdown of the season.
Gendler for the point after.
George Gendler for the point after. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. 7:17 left in the opening quarter, and Crestwood immediately answers and ties the game at 7.
Tennyson's Incorporated Machine Shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tennyson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Schumacher Engineering Incorporated, providing diversified consulting engineering services throughout the Northeast for over 30 years. Call 455-9407 for Schumacher Engineering Incorporated.
After Hazleton area scored on their opening possession, Crestwood answers with a 4-play, 65-yard drive that took just a minute 25 off the clock, capped by a Eigeldinger 48-yard run. Jacob Spangner from 4 yards out has tied the game at 7. And speaking of ties, with 8 seconds left in Knoxville, the game between Georgia and Tennessee tied at 31.
Also back now.
Marty, here, both offenses established a ground game. Now the defensive coaches have to come up with an idea of what they need to do without putting 8 in the box and giving away maybe a short pass or the play action. So both offenses did what they needed to do here early on in the first quarter.
And as Gendler did to start the game, his kickoff went into the end zone, so the Cougars start 1st and 10 at their own 20. The opening drive dominated by the running game of Hazleton area, especially Zach Zukowski, who picked up 74 of the 80 yards on the ground. And this is Zukowski again, and he'll be tripped up after a gain of about 4 to the 24. Eigeldinger on the tackle.
They're running that kick-out play to the right side and the left side, where the tackle either turns out or the fullback will kick out the end man in line of scrimmage. They run that thing up inside, picked up again decent yardage on first down.
As you see on the Berger family dealerships scoreboard, over 5 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Game tied at 7 as both teams have had a possession each. A loss of the play as they gave it to George.
Right that way. Marty, when you look, we talk about this all the time, the line of scrimmage, and you see where the defense ended up, which was 3 yards deep. Tough to try to run that ball inside. The play never really had a chance to go.
So pretty much the first 3rd and long, a 3rd and 7 for the Cougars. See how Coach Drumheller calls it here. Heller, quick drop, looking down the sideline, and incomplete. He was looking for Oaks. Brandon Cole on the coverage.
I'll tell you what, Cole did a great job on coverage. Oaks looked like he wanted to go to the sideline and stay on it. Oaks, at the last minute, changed his pattern inside. Heller threw the ball to the sideline. Incomplete, so the Cougars looking to punt it away.
Watch the ball! Watch the ball! Watch the ball!
Glass and Cole back deep, awaiting the punt of Tristan Williams.
Step chat number 4. The punt.
Williams gets off a high kick that takes a Cougar roll into Comet territory and will come to a stop at the 44. So that's where the Comets take over with the game tied at 7. We want to remind you that high school football on WYLN is brought to you by Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange inside the Churchill Mall. They're paying the highest prices for your gold and silver, unwanted, broken, or new. Call them at 570-497-4177, Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange. And by Valley Pets. Why pay big box pricing when you can have quality and affordability at your neighborhood pet supply store? Valley Pets, celebrating 5 years this October 26th. Valley Pets. First and 10 Comets from their own 44, and some movement on one of the players on the outside will make it a 1st and 15 against the Comets.
Interesting shift by Crestwood. They went to the trips right, but it was tight trips, unbalanced line, all that moving around. One of the trips, people stepped upfield, so we're looking at a 1st and 15.
5:45 left in the opening quarter of the homecoming game for Crestwood High School. They're playing Hazleton area, game tied at 7. We thank you for joining us here on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined by Joe DeMelfi. Joe Flanagan has returned, coach. He's on the sidelines. Jim Bird's on the stats. Eigeldinger trying to cut it back, and Eigeldinger will get across the 45 to about the 46. Gain of 7 on the play.
What makes Eigeldinger a good runner, Marty? When he's moving sideline to sideline, his eyes are up the field. He sees the field. He knows when to cut it back. He picked up 6 there when it looked like he had nothing.
Second down and 8 for the Comets. Approaching the 5-minute mark remaining in the opening quarter on the Berger Family Dealerships first quarter scoreboard. Kalu will get it right up the middle. Kalu is going to be brought down near a Crestwood first down into Cougar territory.
They ran that, looks like a little bit of a wing tee type look. Kalu, a sophomore, comes back against the grain, picks up good yardage for the first down.
That was good for a Harry's You pull it first down at the Cougar 46.
Ball's on the 46-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Crestwood.
I know Tanner Kalu, his father, who played with Frank Sheptock now at Wilkes, was at Bloomsburg. I know he's proud of his son as we have a penalty on the field.
We'll get the call from referee Earl Harris. As it stopped the play, it looks like they're going to move the Comets back.
All sides against the Comets. Lined up in the neutral zone.
Crestwood throws a lot of different things at you, formation-wise. And sometimes it backfires on them. They have a penalty. I mean, you can't do that to yourself every time. Have a 1st and 10 and draw that penalty. Now it's 1st and 15. Let's see what the Comets come up with in the way of a play call.
Ball be marked back at the Cougar 49. Pops it out of the gun with Eigeldinger to his right. That's Kalu in motion to the bottom of your screen. Popson looking to try to get it to the outside. He'll cut it back, trying to find some room on the other side of the field. He's got the penalty back and more before McCallum brings him down at the 41. Gain of 10 on the play.
Tough to tell a defense, but you have to play backside of the defense. If you start pursuing without concern of an angle, you'll never get that runner when he cuts back. And that's exactly what happened to Hazleton Area's defense. They started pursuing, not thinking about that cutback angle.
Almost one of those, Coach, about not doing too much, stay with your assignment, believe in your rest of your teammates out there.
Exactly. And, you know, it's there are 11 people out there. Everybody has to do what is asked of them.
Popson is going to be dropped for a loss by Beltrami. Loss of 1 on the play. Nice play by Carmen Beltrami.
Carmen Beltrami did a great job of knifing through,
41 on the stop,
tackling Popson for the loss.
You see it there on the Service Electric Wilkes-Barre replay.
Looks like about 2 is going to be 3rd down and 6.
Earl Harris calls for time. Looks like an equipment problem with one of the Hazleton area defenders. Looks like their helmet. And saw that last week. Several Cougar players with some issues with their helmet. And same thing here with this equipment timeout.
Yeah, we saw that last week too, with the problem with the helmets, as Earl Harris calls Crestwood back on the field, ready to go.
3rd and 6 for the Comets. Ball marked at the Cougar 42. Popson will go under center. Play action. Popson rolls right. Throws. Tipped and incomplete. He was looking for Tokash. Joey Basic knocked it away. Nice play for Basic.
I'll tell you what, Basic, also a sophomore, showed us very good coverage in the last several games we've had with Hazleton. Joey Basic, good break on the ball, knocks it away. Crestwood, punt formation.
Gendler to punt it away. And this kick will bounce inside the 5 and be down by the Comets at about the 2. Matt McDonald
down by Matt McDonald, number 20.
Excellent job on there. You see the punt.
What about the 3-yard line? Cougars will take over 1st and 10.
Right there gathers it in, and Hazleton's going to start deep in their own territory at about the 3. Their own.
So in the shadow of their own goalpost, the Cougars start 1st and 10 from their 3. Zukoski has a big hole. Zukoski out across the 15. Good for a Harry's. You pull it. 1st down, a gain of about 14.
Same place he scored the touchdown. On the carry. Same exact place. Zukoski, there you see it. Breaks it up the
number
field.
24. 1st down Cougars.
Picks up the first for Hazleton area.
They found some on that left side of their line, Joe.
Well, the offensive line on that side is doing a great job of blocking.
Zukoski again to the left side. Eigeldinger was the first one to meet him before a host of Comet defenders converge on Zukoski, but not before he gained about 2 yards to the 20.
Hazleton area showed strength to the field there to the right, and they came back to the same spot where Zukoski ran the play before, but that time Crestwood defensively did a nice job.
And it looks like Hazleton area will take a timeout. Minute 21 left in the opening quarter. Game tied at 7.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters: value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
We welcome you back to Crestwood with a minute 21 left in the opening quarter. Game tied at 7. Quick start by Zach Zukoski, 8 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Here's his 9th carry, in which the Comets read it well and bring him down for no gain. Leading the charge, Tyler Robinson.
You know what, Marty, if we looked at a chart, left, middle, right, Hazleton area has gained significant yardage left side. Georgia's hit a tight inside a couple of times, and the right side hasn't yielded as much yardage as the other two at this point. That time, the toss play never could get up the field, stayed flat all the way.
So another 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 from the 20 for the Cougars. Heller out of the gun. Heller looking left, throws. Oakes leaps for the catch, and Oakes will be brought down across the 35. Good for a Harry's. You pull it first down.
You know, whether you're playing a zone or man-to-man, if you're playing a zone, at some point it becomes man-to-man. If you have a man in your zone, and he's crossed the first down marker on a pass situation, you need to get up to that marker if you're the defensive back.
Very close between play clock and game clock. They're almost simultaneous. I'd say the Cougars do need to run another play here. Very, very close. So Heller will come under center, 1st and 10 at the 36. Fake the toss, give to George. George will be brought down for no gain.
George, number 22 and a carry. Brandon
leading the charge, Brandon Ruckle.
Tackle that on your first quarter of play with the Cougars.
We're through a quarter. Game tied at 7. You're watching live high school football on WYLN.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people when the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
Why should you visit Penn State Hazleton?
Because if you come to our Penn State Day open house, there's no application fee. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
We have new scholarship money.
Students are scoring internships
All over the country. Penn State is ranked #1
by corporate recruiters.
And this is your chance to see campus, talk to students, meet professors, and check out everything Penn State has to offer.
Penn State Hazleton.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
We welcome you back to Mountaintop. Start of the second quarter. Game tied at 7. And Joe, unfortunately, it's over in Knoxville. Georgia survives, winning 34-31 over the Volunteers as Heller swings it out to Zukoski. He'll get out to about, looks like they'll mark him at the 43.
Zukoski, 33. Last number 1 on the tackle.
Zukoski, again, just like Eicheldinger, Marty, is able to see the field well, turns it up, picks up nice yardage, makes it 3rd and about 4. I have to go back to the play before that. Ruckle did a great job coming in on that tackle, forcing a 2nd and about 9. Now we have a 3rd and about 3.
On the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard, first minute of play in the second quarter, game tied at 7. Officials stop the play. Late flag comes in.
Flag part of the snap.
We'll see what Earl Harris has here. And against Hazleton area. So from 3rd and 3 now to 3rd and 8.
Marty, the last word about the Coach Jones, who was one of my coaches at Wilkes, now at Tennessee. A rapid ascent, but he's going to be a good one. There's no doubt in my mind.
Gave Georgia a scare today. Bulldogs ranked, I believe, number 6 in the country, as Heller to pass, and it is picked off by Crestwood. Andrew Chang on the interception.
I'll tell you what, Chang did a great job going after that ball. Looked like the ball was thrown away. We're going to get a chance to see it here. There you see the throw by Heller, and there you see Chang through the receiver's hands. Chang went after it. Very nice interception.
Now, I talked about in the pregame show that Coach DeMelfi had a long day of football today as Wilkes University, during their homecoming, honored the 1993 MAC championship team that was coached by our very own Joe DeMelfi. As Eigeldinger on first down just gets tripped up by Oakes after a gain of about 8.
Marty, you see, if you don't have people up the field defensively, Eigeldinger has the luxury of just trotting along until he sees something. That's exactly what he did there. And thank you for mentioning that.
Got to look at those opening quarter stats. Hazleton area outrushing Crestwood 101-89. 16 pass yards to 0 for Crestwood. Cougars 117 total yards to 89. They ran 16 plays to 9 for Crestwood. Hazleton area had the time of possession advantage. Bad snap, loose football. See what Earl Harris rules. Hazleton area recovers inside the Crestwood 40. Basic came up with the recovery.
What they wanted to do, Eigeldinger was going to take that to the left side. The snap, I don't know whether Eigeldinger looked like it was right there. Eigeldinger wasn't expecting it to come back as quickly as it did. The other thing, Marty, when it's on the ground, fall on it. Recover the fumble, and then go from there.
So both teams exchange turnovers. Cougars take over 1st and 10. Zukoski has a first down and more before he is tripped up. I believe Cole tripped him up.
Again, we go back to the graph. Left, center, right. That was off the left side again for Hazleton area. Excellent job. Gunser, Kopczynski, Benet, Gasser, DeSpirito, Glenn Zukowski, the tight end, all doing a nice job up front for the Cougars.
That Harry's you pull it first down, puts the Cougars at the Comet 25. Zukoski again. This time he gets inside the 20, just inside the 20 for a gain of about 5.
Good push, offensive line again. Anytime you can pick up that kind of yardage on a first down play, you don't have to rely on the pass to do that. Your offensive line is doing a nice job.
As you can see, the Cougars in the Grand Central red zone. Under 9 minutes remaining in the half, game tied at 7. Zukoski again, and he is going to get near first down yardage.
Zukoski on the carry, Robinson 22 on the tackle.
Again, they went off the left side. Marty picked up a couple. They're in 4 down territory, so they're going to have 2 downs to make this first, unless they decide, if they don't make the first here, decide to go for the field goal.
3rd and 1 at the 16. Zukoski tripped up in the backfield, brought down for no gain by Tyler Robinson.
No gain on the play.
Big stop right there by Crestwood.
So it'll be a 4th down and 1. George, the back in front of Zukoski. Heller keeps himself. He was hit in the backfield, stayed on his feet nicely and leaned forward for the Harrys. You pull it first down.
I'll tell you what, Marty, at first didn't look like there was going to be anything there. The Hazleton area picked up the first as Earl Harris sets the clock. Crestwood had 2 or 3 people up the field.
They started that clock. They're very late moving those chains across the way. Now have him set with a 1st and 10 from the Comet 15. Zukoski again. Zukoski inside the 10.
Zukoski again on the carry.
Gain of about 5.
So the ground game we've talked about in the pregame show as well as early in this ball game. Both teams are doing a nice job with it right now. Hazleton area with the ball. Tied at 7 with Crestwood, but moving on the ground.
Toss to Zukoski. To the right side. Eludes a couple of tacklers. Trying to get to the corner. Knocked out of bounds inside the 5. Chang knocked him out. 1st and goal. Cougars. Harry's you pull it. 1st down.
They're going to have him at the 2-yard line. First time they've gone to the right side, I think, tonight. And Zukoski did a great job of giving a leg, taking it away. Right here, watch this. People up the field diving at him. Finally, defensive back comes up. Zukoski forced out at about the 2.
Clock stops. 6:41 left in the half on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. Game tied at 7. 1st and goal, Cougars. Looks like we'll call it the 3. Some confusion with the Hazleton area set. And I think Coach Drumheller wants to get a timeout to string things up. Game tied at 7.
Marty, good timeout. Good timeout by Coach Drumheller. You mentioned confusion when Hazleton area came to the line of scrimmage.
While we have a moment, I want to remind you high school football on WILN is brought to you by PM Medical Products. Safe and effective devices are available if you suffer from pain. The We Touch, the non-prescription TENS device, and the Laser Touch 1. Call PM Medical Products at 570-650-1111. And Joe, we talked about it briefly. Had a good time today at Wilkes for the ceremony offering, celebrating your 93 team?
I'll tell you what, Marty, great experience. Nice to see most of the players. They have families, just a very emotional day, I have to be honest with you. Coach Sheptock, obviously the head coach now, was my defensive coordinator. Coach Jones was my offensive coordinator, almost pulled it out in Knoxville. It was a very nice day. Great bunch of guys.
So after the timeout, George gets the carry. The Comets not full. The host of red jerseys led by Frank Cordero bringing him down.
Cordero was the first one up the field. Excellent job wrapping Zukoski up, bring him down, and probably a loss there of a yard or 2.
Actually lost a yard. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4.
2nd and goal from the 4. See the time remaining in the half on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. Hazleton area, as you see, they're left with 1 timeout. Zukoski to the left side, leans forward. They'll have him down to the 1.
Went off that side they've been favoring. He picked up a couple, but did not get it in.
Cordero, number 51.
Joe Zukoski to this point, 17 carries, 140 yards, and the lone Cougar touchdown.
And we're at the 5:45 mark in the 2nd quarter.
3rd and goal from the 1. Glenn Zukoski in motion. Zach will get the carry. Ruckel meets him and holds him to no gain.
Ruckel again with a great play. He did about 2 series earlier on the 2nd down. He did a great job. Ruckel there up the field, causing no gain at all. 4th and goal from the 1. A little bit outside the 1, Marty.
The ball is on the 2-yard line where it's 4th down and goal.
Nice crowd is gathered on a beautiful night, anticipating 4th and goal for the Cougars. Ball at the 1. Pitch to Zukowski, cuts it back, and the Comets come up with a goal line stand.
Excellent job. That time they made a fake, just a cursory fake inside. Pitched it to Zukowski. Got to the corner, Marty, but the defense got there in time.
Once again, the charge led by Frank Cordero from his defensive end position.
Cordero, Ruckel both come up big in this series.
And one of the only times I think as a coach you'd be happy to say that you have 1st and 10 from your own 1.
I'd be more than happy. You make a stop like that.
Popson will go under center. Short gain of maybe a yard on the play. Spengler, the fullback.
Ball's out on the 4-yard line.
It'll actually give him forward progress for a gain of about 2 yards to the 3.
Gain of about 2 seconds.
Collision between the fullback and the quarterback there really stopped the play before it had a chance to start. So Hazleton area needs to come up with a big defensive stand here that can help them with field position.
2nd and 8 from the 3. Kalu will be brought down by Glenn Zukowski out to about the 9.
I'll tell you what.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Tanner Kalu has good speed. Looked like he was a step away from getting it up the field there.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
About, as you mentioned, Marty, 6 yards. So we're looking at a 3rd and 3 for the Comets.
Comets officially have to get to their 12-yard line for the 1st. Approaching 3.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Coming up at the half, get a look at the halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns. Give away a gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. A weekender to Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall. So stay tuned for that coming up at the half. And this is Cole at open field. Brandon Cole in the corner. He's going to go 91 yards. Touchdown, Crestwood.
Tell you what, Marty, you talk about finding the football on defense. If we're going to get a chance, and I hope we do, to see this play again, there's a lot of people moving around. And here you see, well, we saw right at the end there, Cole's already up the field. But Kalu was in motion. They had somebody else coming back to the left. Just a lot of mixture in the backfield. Can't find the football, you can't make a tackle.
Cole coming into the night gained 54 yards in 5 games. He gained 91 on that play. Chandler's point after is up and good. 3:11 left in the opening half. For the first time tonight, the Comets lead it 14-7.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
The way the tide can change, Joe. Cougars had 1st and goal inside the 5. Comet defense come up with a goal line stand. 3 plays later, a 91-yard run by Brandon Cole. Crestwood leads at 14-7.
And I'll tell you what, I mentioned 2 or 3 plays before that. Hazleton area needs to make a good defensive stand to come up with good field position. Brandon Cole changed that in a heartbeat.
That drive, 3 plays, 98 yards. As we mentioned, Cole is second rushing touchdown of the season. This one from 91 yards. Crestwood looked to be falling behind again, but in the matter of a few minutes, take their first lead of the night. Another deep kick from Gendler into the end zone. Cougars will start first and 10 at their own 20.
Now, we've seen Crestwood the last series or 2, Marty. They're starting to step up defensively. Let's see what Hazleton area has come up with in the way of maybe a short pass on first down, some play action, so that the crowding of the line of scrimmage by the defense, you have to loosen them up a little.
October 12th from 8 to 10 a.m. All you can eat.
As you can see, Zukoski is dropped for a loss. Glass was in on the play.
Tackle made by 21,
Brandon Cole.
Right side, nothing there. In fact, Marty minus yardage. As I said, I know you don't want to take chances here. You're down by 7. It's only the first half. But you have to start loosening that defense up a little bit.
2nd and 11. Maybe a yard for George.
Tried to run the slant, that slant play from left to right.
Crestwood to conserve some time takes their first time out, leading 14-7.
George, tackle by Robinson, number 22.
Gonna get a look at that goal line stand from that Crestwood defense.
You see it, Marty. 4, 5, 6 people. Right there you see it.
2nd down, Zukoski getting near the goal line. And then here on 3rd down, Zukoski again. Ruckel made the play. And then here's the 4th down play.
Great job defensively.
That goal line stand kept it a 7-7 game, and then Crestwood getting the big run from Cole.
Now what has happened here, 2 runs have netted 0 yards. Looking at 3rd and 10. You have to make a decision there. If you're going to throw the football off of a play action, probably defense will not respect it because it's a 10-yard 3rd down. Let's see what Hazleton area comes up with.
Oaks in motion to the top of your screen. Heller a quick drop. Looking downfield for George and overthrew him, incomplete.
Good coverage by Crestwood. Safety right there. He did an excellent job. So Hazleton area looking at 2:26, Marty, punting it away.
Crestwood taking the timeout, obviously wants to go for it. You know, you'll see in the bottom of your screen they have 2 timeouts left. With, figure about 2:15, somewhere in that range, get the ball back. Williams gets away a low kick that'll take a Cougar roll into Crestwood territory. It looks like it'll come to a stop just above the 45-yard line. So that's where Crestwood will take over with 2:14 left in the half. We want to remind you that high school football on WYLN is brought to you by AM19 Delivers. Fast, free, reliable service. Use the same dry cleaning service used by the Cougar football team. Call Angelo today at 570-436-2705. And by 22nd Street Auto. The cold weather will be here soon. Bring your vehicle to 22nd Street Auto for your pre-winter checkup. 22nd Street Auto is a proud sponsor of Cougar football on WYLN.
2 minutes, 14 seconds, 2 timeouts. Hazleton area on the incomplete pass stopped the clock, so Crestwood really didn't have to waste another timeout.
Popson to pass on first down. Rolls left, under pressure from Longazelle. He brings him down for a big sack. Steve Longazelle on the play.
Longazelle did a great job getting there. Popson has to learn to get rid of that ball. Good protection. Their max protection. You see Kalu blocking as the wingback. But Popson has to do a better job of managing getting rid of that ball, even if it means throwing it up and into the bleachers.
And Popson was slow to get up. They stopped play for him. Now, did they take a timeout?
Chris Crowell, if you could report to the concession stand on the home field side.
I don't think this is a timeout. Earl Harris is whistling the teams back on the field. A loss of 8 on the play back to the 37.
Inbound, yes. Wish a happy 13th.
Marty, when you get to throw it down the field, and you have all your receivers down the field, you have to have an escape valve you can dump off to.
So with Popson on the sideline, Cole will be in back at quarterback, and actually it'll be a direct snap to Eigeldinger, who'll give it to Kalu. Kalu will get across the 40 to about the 42. Gain of 5.
And number 6.
Clock continues to run, approaching a minute and a half remaining in the half.
On the carry.
3rd and 13 for the Comets, and they may elect to run this clock down.
I think we're looking at the Comets running it down, but Hazleton area has 1 timeout left. Make a stop here. Don't know whether they feel that they can use the timeout, force the punt, maybe go after it, see if they can get the turnover.
Popson back in at quarterback out of the gun. He's looking left, rolls that way, throws, and almost intercepted. McCallum on the coverage. He was the closest one to the football. So 4th down and a punting situation coming up for Crestwood.
And it worked out for Hazleton area, Marty. They didn't have to use their timeout. Now, one of the things I talked about was going after the punt. Obviously, you don't want a penalty in this situation, but you need to make an effort.
Schindler will dive on it at the 16 of Crestwood. Another bad high snap. And this special teams play will give the Cougars the ball at the Crestwood 15.
Talked about Hazleton area going after it. There you see the snap. Punter didn't have a chance at it. Recovers it at about the 15. Cougars have a chance here.
And as you mentioned, Joe, they'll have 1 timeout remaining, 57.9 seconds left in the half. They start the drive in the Grand Central red zone. You see the time remaining, 1 timeout left for the Cougars on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. Cougars with a big break here have a chance to possibly tie it before halftime. Heller rolls right, throws, complete to Oakes, spins off 1 tackler, he's inside the 5 to the 4. They'll stop the clock on the Harrys. You pull it first down to move the chains.
You see the sprint, not a lot of pressure. Heller makes the throw. Oakes with a good catch, turns it up the field.
First and goal.
Clock winds now, under 50 seconds remaining. 1st and goal at the 4. Heller again out of the gun. Heller rolls right, he's looking to run. Heller knocked down near the 1. And Coach Drumheller takes the last Hazleton area timeout. 31.6 seconds left in the half, down 7. We'll keep it here.
Marty, they came out with trips right here. Heller came out of there with the ball like he was going to throw, but I don't think throwing it was ever an option. Wasn't enough field to find any of the receivers. Plus, there were a lot of defenders there. Heller turned it up, picked up a yard or 2. last timeout for Hazleton area. So stop here. What they have to do, it is second down. If they don't make it on second, they can spike it on third and then have the fourth to go with, because they have no timeouts. If I were Crestwood, I wouldn't be in a real hurry to get off the pile if they don't score. And then we'll think it's Arizona State and Wisconsin.
Second and goal at the 1. Heller will go under center. Heller keeps. Stood up at the goal line by Robinson. No signal yet. They're going to mark him shy of the goal line. The Cougars will have to hurry. Down to 20 seconds left. Cougars appear to have another play lined up. Third and goal. Down to 13 seconds. George tries to get over. He can't get over. Fourth down. Can they get set back up? There may not be enough time for Hazleton area to get set back up. Time will wind out. Crestwood defensively, a couple of big goal line stands in that opening half, and they'll preserve a 14-7 lead at the half. Stay tuned, coming up at the half. We'll get a look at the Burger Family Dealership, halftime stats. We'll give away a gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. We'll give away a weekender to Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall, and much more. An exciting opening half on homecoming weekend at Crestwood High School. Their Comets lead it at the half, 14-7. You're watching live high school football on WYLN.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WYLN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through JW Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
This is a home. This is your neighbor's home. This is another home furnished by Grand Central. All these rooms in all these homes makes everybody so happy. It's so easy to do. It's your room made your way. It's local. It's Grand Central. This week at Grand Central, the price on the floor is the price to your door and not 1 cent more. No tax, no delivery, no kidding. It's now. Floor to door prices. Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
We are at halftime on the Burger Family Dealership scoreboard. Crestwood leading 14-7 at the half on their homecoming weekend 2013 in what was an exciting opening half of football. The running games came out as advertised, Joe. Both teams running the ball successfully. Hazleton area had 2 opportunities inside the Comet 5, and the Crestwood defense stood tall on a goal line stand on 4 plays, and then a goal line stand right before the end of the half, stopping the Cougars 3 times inside the 5, holding them without any points, keeping it a 14-7 Crestwood lead.
Yeah, I think one of the things, that the first play with Heller, when they come out with trips into the sideline, and the direct snap to him out of the shotgun, he didn't look like he was going to throw the ball. It was definitely going to be a run. I don't know if I wouldn't have tried to go to the field with something like that. Gives you much more room. That short side of the field gives the secondary a chance to react quickly. And the play to Zukowski right at the end of the half had no chance to go. Great penetration by the Crestwood defensive front. Zukowski took the ball, really didn't have a start at all. And he wanted to try to go into the air, never got a chance.
And we're going to be getting an opportunity to look at those defensive plays from Crestwood. This is when the game was tied at 7, first and goal for the Cougars. That give to George. Cordero led the charge. Then Zukowski will get it down to the 1.
Looked like Zukowski was going to have a chance there.
Then this is 3rd and goal. Zukowski again, and Ruckel made the play.
Great play by Ruckel.
And then that looked like the same 3rd down play. Then they stopped him on 4th down. Then after a bad play on a snap on special teams, this is 2nd and goal after the timeout. Heller with the sneak. Then with the clock winding, Hazleton area rushes to the line. George tried to go over the pile and couldn't get over. The Comets would stop Hazleton area. They could not get the ball reset with the time running. The half would run out. Hazleton area would not get an opportunity on 4th down, but a key stretch of 7 defensive plays by Crestwood, standing them tall as they head to the locker room, leading at the half, 14-7. And Crestwood will get the ball to start that second half. We're going to have more. As I mentioned, we'll get halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns, brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. We'll give away a gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner, a weekender, which is an antipasto, dozen wings, and a large pie from Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall, and much more from Mountaintop. You're watching live high school football on WYLN. The Comets lead it 14-7.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Why should you visit Penn State Hazleton?
Because if you come to our Penn State Day open house, there's no application fee. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
We have new scholarship money.
Students are scoring internships
all over the country. Penn State is ranked #1
by corporate recruiters.
And this is your chance to see campus, talk to students, meet professors, and check out everything Penn State has to offer.
Penn State Hazleton.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy it better. You can't buy it better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
We welcome you back to Crestwood High School in Mountaintop. At the half, the Comets leading the Cougars of Hazleton area by a score of 14-7 on the Burger Family Dealership scoreboard. We're just about set to get a look at the opening half highlights, brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. Hazleton area took the opening drive, 8 plays, 80 yards. On 4th and 3, Zach Zukowski would go from 39 yards out. Point after was good, and the Cougars led it 7-0. Crestwood, their opening possession, this would be Frank Eicheldinger, their leading rusher, who would find some room on the outside, and he would go down the sidelines. And if not for Jeff Oakes, he would have went for a touchdown. Instead, he went for 48 yards to the Cougar 12. That would set up Jacob Spagner from 4 yards out. His touchdown would tie the game at 7. Then after the goal line stand from Crestwood, Brandon Cole would go from 91 yards out, and nobody would touch him. His second rushing touchdown of the season would give Crestwood their first lead of the night, 14-7. And the highlights that we saw in our previous segment brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. The other big plays, those 7 plays of the goal line stand for Crestwood defensively to preserve to this point a 14-7 lead. We're going to look at the numbers that have gotten us through this opening half, compiled by Jim Burns and brought to you by Berger Family Dealerships. Here are the opening half, first half stats.
Marty, we're looking at Hazleton area with 7 first downs, Crestwood with 4. Rushing yardage almost equal, 148 for the Cougars, 149 for the Comets. Passing yardage, 27 yards for Hazleton area, no passing yards for Crestwood. Total yards, 175 for the Cougars, 149 the Comets, each with 1 turnover. Penalties, 2 for Crestwood, 10 yards, 1 for Hazleton area for 5 yards. Very evenly matched. The ground games both. I think the defenses now, and Crestwood's defense has done a great job inside the 5. What they have to do the second half is, you can't rely on that every time you get that ball inside the 5-yard line. So the defenses have to solve the rushing game.
Those halftime stats brought to you by Berger Family Dealerships, compiled by Jim Burns. Now time for a couple of halftime giveaways. We'll start with Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall. They're giving away a Weekender, and they're formerly the Red Buzzard. And what's a Weekender? It's a pizza, antipasto, and a dozen wings. And we've had a chance to sample the Weekender. Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall is open Fridays and Saturdays after 3 p.m. Great for your football Fridays or college football Saturdays. Get a chance to get the Weekender. Register at Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall, and you may be a winner, just like tonight's winner, Ralph Dura from Drums. Congratulations, Ralph. You've won a Weekender, a pizza, antipasto, and a dozen wings from Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall. And we're also going to give away a gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. Just head out to the Hollywood Diner on the Airport Beltway and register. And the next halftime will be right back here Friday night when Crestwood hosts Pocono Mountain West. We might be announcing your name, just like Karen Bucks of Barnesville. Karen, congratulations. You've won a gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. And if you want to be like Karen, head on out to the Hollywood Diner and register. We might be calling your name next Friday night at halftime between Pocono Mountain West and Crestwood. So congratulations to Ralph Dura, winner of the Weekender from Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall. Karen Bucks, a winner of the gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. Head on out to both of those establishments. Register, and we might be calling your name next Friday night when the Comets play host to Pocono Mountain West. We're going to take another break and get you ready for third quarter action. Homecoming weekend at Crestwood High School 2013, and the Comets leading the Cougars 14-7.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Berger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, neighbor. Lousy weather, huh?
This is not a good time.
For it to be raining and my satellite dish to lose its signal? Man, I heard that. Mind if I watch your cable?
Look, my kid's having a sleepover.
Right. I'll just watch it on your bedroom set.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
What you sleep on can change your life. It affects how you feel, your relationships, how you perform. Let the folks at Grand Central custom fit the right sleeping surface just for you. Get free interest for 36 months, free delivery, free removal, free bed frame, plus a free furniture gift card on Sealy Posturepedic hybrids and Optimum bedding. Be custom fit. Get lots of freebies. Everybody shops Grand Central. Shouldn't you?
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Subaru Forester 2.5i CVT for $199 a month.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru.
Yeah.
We welcome you back to Crestwood High School in Mountaintop. The Comets leading the Cougars 14-7, waiting the start of the third quarter. As the fans had a great crowd tonight, and a lot of it this great October weather here on this first Saturday. Both teams were waiting on to return to the field. So we'll get a chance to go over some of the individual stats for both teams. For the Cougars, Zach Zukoski, what a workhorse in that opening half for Hazleton area. 20 carries, 138 yards, the lone Cougar touchdown. Nick George, 7 carries, 6 yards. Ryan Heller passing is 2 of 6 for 27 yards and an interception. Oaks has both of those receptions for 27 yards as the Cougars return to the field. Now we'll get a look at the Crestwood Comets. Frank Eigeldinger, the leading rusher, 3 carries, 63 yards for Crestwood. Brandon Cole, the biggest run of the night, 1 carry, 91 yards, and a touchdown. Kalu, 4 carries, 26 yards. Spegner, 2 carries, 6 yards, and the other touchdown. Cougars have held Jay Popson as far as passing and running the ball pretty much to be a non-factor. 4 carries, 6 yards, and he's 0 of 2 passing. Big special teams factor. Gendler, the kickoff guy for Crestwood, 3 kickoffs, all 3 of them touchbacks. Hazleton area time of possession advantage, 15-20 to 8:40 for Crestwood. The Cougars 36 plays to 18 for Crestwood. 2 big plays for the Comets, 2 rushes for minus 43 yards accounted to the team. A lot of that being on that snap that went over Gendler's head near the end of the half on the punt before the Crestwood defense stiffened at the goal line to keep it 14-7.
And one of the things we talked about, Marty, was the play discrepancy, 18-36. But then, as you mentioned, didn't take long for Crestwood to score. And they only had the ball there for 7 or 8 plays. So once you look at it, you realize the time and the plays in favor of Hazleton. Crestwood is up by 7.
And in this warm evening here, as you got to look at the nice crowd here in Mountaintop, on this warm evening, I'd like to remind everybody that the official beverage of the WYLN Sports Crew, Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water, and it is much needed on this warm, humid evening on the first Saturday in October here in Mountaintop. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday edition of high school football here on WYLN. We found out about the late move due to the Crestwood homecoming weekend.
Here come the Comets.
As we mentioned with our halftime giveaways, we'll be back here on Friday night, back to our usual Friday slot, as the Comets will be playing host to Pocono Mountain West. Start the game with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show at 6:30, kickoff after 7. And also want to take care of some other business. Joe, want to thank the Third Base Luncheonette in Hazleton, located at the rear of 704 Carson Street, for supplying our crew meal tonight and all season long, and for so many seasons here on WYLN as the Third Base Luncheonette done that for us. And ladies and gentlemen, you're about to get, even though the man's been busy with a lot of football here today, being honored by Wilkes University earlier on this afternoon. Joe DeMelfi will still be able to give you the greatest testimonial on television today. Joe, what do you have to say about a third base hoagie?
Nobody, and I mean nobody, beats a third base hoagie.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't get much better than that. And once again, thank you to the third base luncheonette in Hazleton. Both teams have returned to the field. Crestwood will get the ball to start. And let's see what that momentum has done at the end of the half, where Crestwood held the Cougars without a touchdown as the clock wound out. Will that momentum sustain after that halftime break on the side of the Comets?
You know, Crestwood's going to receive this kickoff, but you've made a point about Crestwood kicking off into the end zone 3 times. And I'll tell you what, just think about that. 20-yard line, 80 yards, rather than 30, 40, maybe even 50-yard line, the short field. So obviously a weapon that the Comets have used very well.
And that sideline across the way, I'm sure Coach Drumheller and his coaching staff, leaning on the leadership of his seniors, that was a tough way to end that half. And see how Hazleton area comes out here to start this second half.
Yeah, it's interesting, Marty. Okay, we have the momentum. Crestwood with a great stop. Hazleton area being stopped. So let's see how that affects the second, especially the early part of the second half.
Tristan Williams will kick it away. The Cougars in the white will be going from left to right on your screen. Everybody's reset. Game clock set at 12 minutes here in this third quarter. The second half from beautiful Mountaintop, Pennsylvania is now underway. Kalu at the 15. He's across the 20. Kalu will get out across the 25 to about the 26. Return of about 11.
Basic number 12.
As all of a sudden it has begun to rain here in Mountaintop.
Something that we thought would happen at some point, Marty. It was real cloudy early. Got away without any rain in the first half. Now, effect on the game, you have to take care of the football. Turnovers, something you have to avoid.
Eigeldinger gets the direct snap, trying to bring it to the near sideline. He's across the 30, and he is going to be brought down at the 35. Nice gain of about 9 on first down.
I'm going to go back to what I said before. You cannot let him meander. I mean, that's what he was doing there, meandering to the left, just waiting for something to open up. Need some defenders up the field. Attack the blockers and get up the field after the ball carrier.
Second and 1 for the Comets. And again, Eigeldinger is going to be brought down across the 35, very near a first down.
Better job defensively that time by the Cougars getting up the field, although he picked up the first down, only a couple of yards.
If you bought a red one, you didn't win. If you bought a red and white one, you might have won. 852-808. 852-808.
That Eigeldinger run good for a Harry's You Pull It first down. Kalu in motion to the bottom of your screen. This is Popson. Popson spins. Popson leans forward to the 45, a gain of 9.
Great job by Popson. He ran out of 3 or 4 tackles there. 1 tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He was quick enough to get it up the field.
Oaks on the stop, number 6.
Good first down yardage for the Comets.
And it looks like another official timeout as a Cougar player with a helmet problem. Getting that adjusted as we speak. I want to remind you, coming up at the end of tonight's game, Joe and I will select a Fairway Subaru player of the game.
Marty, one of the things defensively against a strong rushing game, you know, start taking a couple chances with your linebackers, maybe even your cornerbacks, trying to stop that rushing game.
Ball's loose. Popson picked it up and gets near midfield. Good for another Harry's You Pull It. First down.
Popson bounced right back to him. Fumbled the ball. Don't know whether although it stopped or anything after a brief shower.
The 49-yard line.
Popson was able to field the ball, turn it up very quickly for another first down.
Give me it that way.
And another equipment timeout.
Good? Nothing?
So the ball will be marked at the Comet 49, 1st and 10. Under 10 minutes left in the third quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. Comets up 7. Thank you for joining us tonight on this Saturday night. Live high school football here on WYLN. Eigeldinger gets the snap directly. He'll get into Cougar territory before Glenn Zukowski brings him down at the 47, a gain of 4.
Stopped by a bunch of the Cougars at about the 47.
Eigeldinger with the direct snap.
A gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
He was on the right side, Marty, went to the left side, picked up a couple, had some ground to cover. Offensive line did a nice job with the push.
And Eigeldinger again. Eigeldinger right up the middle. He is going to be brought down by Oakes inside the 35 to the Cougar 31. Good for a Harry's You Pull It first down.
I'm going to tell you right here, good push. You see the offensive line pushing up the field. Eigeldinger is able to get inside, wend his way. Again, we go back to finding the football. They knew he had it. Once he gets in them massive bodies, it's tough. You're going to wrap him up, or else he's going to good enough runner to take it all the way.
And again, looks like Eigeldinger will get the snap, bobbles it, and he'll dive on it this time. Back to the 38.
Recovered by back at the 38.
Crestwood, interesting. Look at this formation. 3 backs in front of Eigeldinger. That means they have 5 or 6 people, 3 in front, 3 behind. That time snap was tough to handle. So we're looking at a 2nd and about 17 for the Comets.
And the snap looked good, and I wonder almost if it was a matter of if the ball's a little slick, but Eigeldinger almost looking to go without it.
Up the field, his eyes instead of on the ball.
Popson back in at quarterback, but the snap will go to Eigeldinger. Cougars not full. It'll bring him down for a loss.
Eigeldinger on the carry.
Zeb Kopczynski led the charge for that Cougar defense.
We saw Zeb Kopczynski last week make some nice plays. That time he was up the field and made the tackle.
The ball's on the 39-yard line where it's 3rd down and long.
Earl Harris looks like he...
So, looks like Earl Harris may have a problem with the clock. He's coming over to talk. We're going to hear from our very own Joe Flanagan with a special interview.
We do not need a whistle in this.
Hey, Marty, thanks. I'm down here with some special guests from Crestwood. It's the homecoming king and queen. Chris Azzini.
Mari Cronauer.
Mari, what did it mean to you to be elected homecoming queen?
It's such an honor. I was just really happy to be on the court.
You had a dancer this week with Dance a Good Time?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good show out, and got introduced at the dance, and I'm just happy, like Mari said, to be elected homecoming king.
I hope Coach Atherton's listening to this. Is there any chance you could transfer to MMI for basketball this year?
I don't think so. Not this year. We're looking for a good year.
Crestwood's boys team should be very good this year. Congratulations, guys, on being homecoming king and queen. Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
I mean, he's trying to recruit on the sideline. I can't believe it.
And you know what? There's video proof of that type of recruiting.
We're going to the PIAA.
Popson rolling right. He's going to keep it. A flag is down as Popson, still on his feet, brought down inside the 35 to the 34. But in all seriousness, before the call, congratulations to Maury and Chris, elected homecoming queen and king. I'm sure quite a thrill for them.
Something that obviously you remember for a long time, Marty. And as Joe was talking to them, Earl Harris came over and said something relative to a sound or something from the stands. I'm not sure.
He must have heard, I believe, a whistle. And he came over and tried to get them to stop, and the PA announcer also asked for the whistle noise to stop, because that's very dangerous for these players, because they hear a whistle, they're trained to stop, and if that's not coming from an official, and say one of the players keeps going because they know it's not coming from an official, they keep going, and somebody could get injured.
Or what if somebody hears it, somebody doesn't, the person that hears it stops, the person that doesn't, full speed. You're right, Marty. Very dangerous.
Refused, it's going to be 4th down.
Marty, we had Crestwood with a hold, refused 4th down and about almost 20. Comets looking to punt it away.
A scoring update from Cowboys Stadium, now AT&T Stadium. Early part of the second quarter, and the Sun Devils leading the Fighting Irish 3-0. So after the Cougars declined the penalty, Gendler to punt it away. It's going to bounce inside the 5 and go into the end zone. Touchback will give the Cougars the ball at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at the 20.
Quick first half of that third quarter, Marty.
We want to remind you that high school football on WILN is brought to you by Uri State Farm Insurance. Dan Uri State Farm wishes the Hazleton area Cougars a successful year. Call Dan Uri for a free insurance comparison. And by Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange inside the Churchill Mall. They're paying the highest prices for your gold and silver, unwanted, broken, or new. Call them at 570-497-4177. On 1st and 10, a loose football, and it is being pointed toward Crestwood as recovering. Robinson on the recovery for the Comets.
Marty, if we get another look at that, which you are right here, ball on the ground, Zukowski never had control of the ball. Looked like maybe on his hip. Bouncing up the field, Crestwood recovers.
So the ball will be marked at the Cougar 25. Direct to Popson. Popson right up the middle, and Popson will get inside the 20 to the 16, a gain of 9.
16-yard line.
Every time I look at that offense, it reminds me of the single wing. 3 guys lined up left side. As I said before, you have the center guard and tackle. Behind them, you have 3 backs. Direct snap to Popson. He has 6 people that are moving up the field. Picks up good yardage, first down.
From Ohio.
Crestwood in the Grand Central red zone, 2nd and short.
I'll give it to you.
Popson, he's inside the 10, and he's gonna go touchdown, Crestwood.
Same formation, Marty, right side. What it basically is here we come, stop us. And right there you see it, good block outside. Popson just follows that up the field. Cordero with a very good block outside. All he did was turn his man. Popson, you have to fight that block inside to help out.
Gendler's kick is good. 6:03 left in the third. The Comets now lead it 21-7.
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Subaru Forester 2.5i CVT for $199 a month.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru. Yeah.
If you want the entire story, then you want WYLN's Late Edition. More than headlines, more than interviews, it's the whole story. In-depth discussions on hot topics and more. Plus, meteorologist Joe Garbacic gives you the area's most accurate weather report from the WYLN Weather Center. Get the whole story on WYLN's Late Edition. Weeknights at 10 on WYLN. We're your local network.
We welcome you back to Mountaintop. The Crestwood Comets take advantage of a Cougar turnover, go 25 yards for the touchdown and lead it 21-7.
That touchdown, Marty, a lot of pressure now on Hazleton area to respond. I mean, we have 6 minutes left, third quarter, 6:03 precisely. They cannot afford to slack off offensively here and go 3 and out. They have to move the football.
Gendler will kick it away. Another deep kick. Taken by Oaks at the 2. Oaks looking right up the middle and is going to be tripped up out across the 20 to about the 27. That's where the Cougars start, 1st and 10. We've given you some college football updates. Game 2 of the ALDS from Fenway Park in Boston has the Red Sox leading Tampa Bay 7-4 in the bottom of the 8th. And still to come tonight, Justin Verlander heads to the mound to try to give the Tigers a stranglehold on their division series against Oakland. Heller's pass completed to Kopczynski. Kopczynski out to the 40. Good for a Harry's, you pull it. Cougar first down.
Gavin Kopczynski, nice route. Had to, right here, he turns it inside, right in front of the defender, over the cornerback or the linebacker. So Kopczynski with a nice route. Heller's able to get it there.
And that's been a successful play the last couple weeks of Heller to Kopczynski. First and 10. Pass intercepted. Picked off by Legg. Legg down the sideline. He's going to go. Touchdown, Crestwood on the interception return by Mike Legg. A return of 48 yards.
I'll tell you what, Marty, the ball was thrown. I don't know if Heller thought that route, and look at this again. Heller thought that route was going to be tighter. He threw it low, number 1. The receiver was behind Legg. You either have to have the receiver do an out, or if he's going to run that little in route, he has to find the space. Heller made the throw right to the defender. Touchdown, Crestwood.
And it looks like we have an injured Cougar player, I believe, on the far sideline down by the goal line. So that player will get attended to. And a couple of turnovers here in this third quarter have been critical against Hazleton area. One turned into a scoring drive, another returned for a touchdown. Crestwood, pending the kick, can go up by 21 as the injured Cougar is up. They signaled for the
Marty, the other part of that throw from Heller as he threw it basically flat area. So once it's intercepted, really no one in front, and Legg takes it back for the touchdown.
I believe that was Zeb Kopczynski, and I was going to say they signaled for one of the managers to bring down the water ball, so hopefully maybe it was just a cramp. Nothing serious. Hold is down, and it is good. 5:28 left in the third. All of a sudden, Crestwood in front, 28-7.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
We welcome you back to Crestwood High School on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. A couple of turnovers have led to 14 points for Crestwood. They lead at 28-7. May look a little strange to see Gendler move back to the 25 while we were away. Earl Harris had ruled there was a personal foul against Crestwood. That'll move the kickoff from the 40 back to the Comet 25. So Hazleton area, you talked about it at the half. So a lot of those touchbacks, you have to go the full 80 yards. Hazleton area here with a chance for a return.
Yeah, the last time that kicked off, Hazleton area had it at the 27, so there was a 7-yard differential from the kickoffs in the end zone. This time should be much more since the kickoff's coming from the 25.
Talked about play differential at the half. It's reversed here in the third quarter. Crestwood has run 11 plays to Hazleton area's 3. Hazleton area's only had it for 42 seconds, while Crestwood's had it for 5 minutes and 50 seconds, as Oaks picked it up at the 30. He's across the 40, and he's brought down at the 43. So a great opportunity for Hazleton area to start this offensive possession at their own 43-yard line.
I think one of the things, if you're going to start throwing the ball, you have to understand the spread of the field, the strength of your quarterback's arm, whether you want to go horizontal or vertical. That time they tried to throw it horizontally, and Heller just had a tough time getting the ball there. It was underthrown. The leg made a very nice interception.
So the Cougars now find themselves down by 21. Heller to pass, looking for Oaks into a host of red jerseys as well. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Cougars.
Quick slant inside. Good ball to throw. Incomplete. Now you got to start thinking about if you're going to run a draw, you're going to run a screen, something to keep the defense guessing, Marty. First half was all rush. Second half we're throwing the football. We're being Hazleton area.
Second and 10. Heller again back to pass, looking for the screen to George. Read nicely by Crestwood defensively, Brandon Cole.
I'll tell you what, Cole did a great job sitting on that.
Stop by Brandon Cole, 21.
Sat right there.
Ball be placed at the 39-yard line.
You're going to see the slip right there.
14.
Heller drops it off, but Cole very quickly up the field. The blocker couldn't get to him. Good defensive football play.
So it'll be 3rd down. And long. Heller's pass, leaping catch made by Oaks. He looks to be shy by about a yard of a first down.
Yeah, they had trips to that side. They took off. They were running verticals there. Heller got it up over defender.
Down and 1.
So we're looking at a 4th and 1, and I don't think there's any doubt that the Cougars will go after this.
Approaching 4:10 left in the third, but you're also down 21. Heller goes under center. And the Crestwood defense again holds on downs.
I'll tell you what, they ran a dive play. There's just no movement at the line of scrimmage, Marty. I don't know whether they're going to probably bring the chain out, but looks like he might be just a little short. They're going to give him the first down. I apologize. I thought the Comet defense held. I'll tell you what, didn't look like a lot of movement. So, but he must have crossed the line, which is where the first down marker was. So
Hazleton area now 3 of 4 on fourth down conversions. I apologize to Earl Harrison and his crew. I thought that he was short. That pass tipped by Ruckel, incomplete.
Pass was incomplete. It was knocked down by Brandon Ruckel, number 13.
Ruckel's played a very good defensive game for the Comets tonight, Marty. So far, 3:40 left, third quarter. Hazleton area comes down a double slot. Let's see if they go to some motion off of it.
Heller swings it out to Zukowski. No whistle. They rule that a lateral. So Zukowski had a jump on it back at midfield.
Heady play by Zukowski because he did not hear a whistle. There you see it.
Okay,
he was
a lateral, so
behind the line.
Cougars going to keep the ball.
Zukowski gets back to the ball.
Down.
But looking at third and about 14, Marty. And again, if you want, we're going to be under 3 minutes here when the ball is snapped. So imperative that the offense for the Cougars come up with something.
Third and 13 from midfield. Resetting the down marker. Back at midfield. Heller will go out of the gun. Heller looking left. Throws incomplete. Looking for Kopczynski. Leg on the coverage. Leg might have got a hand in there as well.
Again, running that vertical ball up the field, Leg with a nice break on it. Here you see it.
Fourth down and 13.
After coming up with a big interception, he comes up with a big incompletion as he being Leg, knocks the ball down. Fourth down, Cougars lining up to punt it away.
Tristan Williams back to kick. Blassenkohl back deep for the Comets. High kick by Williams will take a Cougar roll, and it won't be saved. It'll be a touchback. Comets will start at their own 20. While we have a moment, I want to remind you that high school football on WYLN is brought to you by Valley Pets. Why pay big box pricing when you can have quality and affordability at your neighborhood pet supply store? Valley Pets celebrating 5 years this October 26th. Valley Pets in Seibertsville. Also, AM19 delivers fast, free, reliable service. Use the same dry cleaning service used by Cougars football. Call Angelo today at 570-436-2705. AM19 delivers.
We're in the stage of the game where the Cougars need to come up with a big play defensively. Big play meaning obviously forcing a turnover. Crestwood has done a great job of taking care of the ball for the most part.
Eigeldinger with the carry. Broke one tackle, couldn't break the second as Castillo brings him down for a short gain.
That's how you have to tackle Eigeldinger. Castillo did a great job of latching on to Eigeldinger's leg and bringing him down after a short gain.
Eigeldinger now 10 carries, 87 yards on the night. Second down and 8 coming up for the Comets.
This is the point in the game, Marty, where the clock, you can start using it, running the game clock, running the play clock down, snapping it inside 5 seconds, which the Comets did as they run the reverse
This is Kalu, and he is very near a first down.
Kalu number 6 on the carry.
Again, showing Tanner Kalu showing some speed to the corner. If I remember right, his father didn't have that speed. I hate to tell. I mean, I'm sure I'll hear from him. I'm sure I'll hear from him. But.
3rd down and 1.
And you did good for the first 2+ quarters. You were very complimentary about everybody you've met today. And
well, I mean, I saw Tanner's father before we came up and talked to him briefly.
Popson kept it, went right up the middle for a gain of about 8 to the 37. Good for a Harry's bullet first down.
On the stop. Ball be placed on the common 37, almost 38-yard line. Where
nobody coming from the outside. Again, those 6 people just bulldozing. 3 linemen, 3 backs. Popson follows the bulldozer for the first down.
Just under 6 minutes left in the opening half in Arlington. Another field goal for the Sun Devils. Have them in front of Notre Dame 6-0. Here, Crestwood winding out the 3rd quarter clock, leading 28-7, capitalizing on a couple of Cougar 3rd quarter turnovers. And this is Popson again, getting out across the 45 to the 47 near another first down.
You have to bring some pressure off the corner. It has to be narrow to the line of scrimmage. That time they had some pressure to the field, but that pressure man, Luke, you have to take a chance. You're going to see him right there. If he would come down right off that offensive to defensive line, have a chance to make the tackle, if not in the backfield, at least at the line of scrimmage.
That was good for a Harry's U bullet first down. Crestwood does not have to run another play here. They will head to the 4th quarter with a lead of 28-7. You're watching live high school football here on WYLN. 4th quarter action up next.
Tennyson's Incorporated Machine Shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tennyson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Schumacher Engineering Incorporated, providing diversified consulting engineering services throughout the Northeast for over 30 years. Call 455-9407 for Schumacher Engineering Incorporated.
We welcome you back to Mountaintop. Very festive crowd on homecoming weekend 2013 at Crestwood High School. They lead at 28-7, heading to the start of the 4th quarter. With a new set of downs, 1st and 10. The Comets in the red going from left to right on your screen. Ball marked at their 48. Coming up at the end of tonight's game, Joe and I will select a Fairway Subaru player of the game. Popson keeps to the right side. Popson in the Cougar territory. Dives across the 45 to the Cougar 44.
Marty, if they move 3 men outside of the last man on the line of scrimmage,
on the stop,
I mean, and they're pulling a couple people backside, you're talking about a big disadvantage defensively. You either have to shift or you have to come up with quick run support from your secondary. And I keep saying the same thing. You can't let the back just run until he finds something.
Popson this time keeps it up the middle, and he's pulling his way inside the 35, inside the 30 for a big Comet. Harry Jupolet, first down.
I'll tell you what, he had everybody moving the whole pile. Somebody needs to wrap their arms around their legs.
Not a good night for fans in Hazleton, Joe. Their Cougars losing here at this point 28-7. Joe Madden's Tampa Bay Rays are now down 2 games to none as the Red Sox win game number 2, 7-4, as they head to St. Pete and Tropicana Field for game 3 on Monday. First down and 10 for the Comets at the Cougar 30. Once again, Popson. He's getting big chunks of yardage, this time a gain of about 6.
Popson again on the keeper over the left side.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Crestwood offensive line has taken over command of the game. They're doing an excellent job moving up the field. Popson running behind a shield of blockers. Defensively, no one up the field. Crestwood in control of the clock and the ball game at this point, Marty, as we're nearing the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
Since the start of this second half, Crestwood has just been grounding it out, taking a lot of time off the clock. And here's Eigeldinger. Eigeldinger trying to get to the outside. He's inside the 15, cuts it back inside the 5 before Castillo knocks him out of bounds. But as you're mentioning, Joe, it is coming back. Flag down back at the 25. Earl Harris says holding against the Comets. Get a look at it on the replay by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, Earl Harris had the flag early inside. Looked like he saw something, whether it was a chop block or a hold, as they will move the Comets back.
I want to remind you that we'll be back here at Crestwood High School Friday night, beginning at 6:30 with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show, followed by kickoff after 7 as Pocono Mountain West heads the mountaintop to take on Crestwood. Week number 7 high school football game of the week, Pocono Mountain West, Crestwood here on WYLN. And in that third quarter, Crestwood outgained Hazleton area on the ground 89-3. The Cougars had 28 passing yards, total yards 89-31. Time of possession advantage to Crestwood. Eigeldinger again taking it to the right side. He's inside the 30, brought down at about the 25-yard line.
Stayed in bounds, keep the clock moving. I'll tell you, one of the things you have to do, Coach Greg Myers and his staff at Crestwood, give them a lot of credit. They had an opening season loss, but they've come back. Right now could be their 5th in a row here. They are about 9-15 away from being 5-1.
Third down and 4 from the Cougar 24. And again, Eigeldinger, this time to the left side. Eigeldinger has the first down and more before he is bumped down at about the 11. Good for another. Harry Jupolet first down.
I'll tell you what you're seeing also is a tired defense right now, Marty. It's hot, it's humid. Crestwood has run the ball very well in the second half, and Hazleton area right now looks like they're running out of gas on defense.
Eigeldinger now 12 carries, 110 yards on the night. An update from Arlington, Joe, 3:28 left in the opening half. Notre Dame has taken a 7-6 lead over Arizona State. Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame.
And I saw Flanagan, he's jumping up and down there.
Eigeldinger on first down. You heard the clash of helmets there from our field level camera between Eigeldinger and Oakes.
Eigeldinger number 3 on the carry. Oakes number 6 again on the stop.
One of the things that Crestwood is doing, they are keeping the ball in play. They are keeping the clock moving. And again, heady players. The ground game has been exceptional here in the second half. And first half produced a 91-yard touchdown. So Crestwood playing well right now.
Ball marked at the 8, Comets in the Grand Central red zone. They have a 2nd down and 6. They could get a 1st down without scoring. Matt Bobek to the end zone. Touchdown, Crestwood.
Crestwood, Matt Bobek, number 32.
I'll tell you the truth, Marty. That's a case of I want to get into the end zone more than you want to stop me. There you see it. Keeps his legs moving, moves that. Bobek did a nice job keeping his legs moving. Takes it into the end zone for the Comets as they build their lead.
Gendler with a point after.
Chang to hold for Gendler's kick. It is up and good. 7:40 left in the 4th quarter. Crestwood leads it 35-7.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
The Comets on a drive that may have iced this game away. 11 plays, 80 yards, all on the ground. Bobek caps it off from 8 yards out, and they take a 35-7 lead over Hazleton area.
And Marty, because of the formation, pretty much knew where the ball was coming. So Crestwood's offensive line and the 3 blockers, the backs behind, really pushing the line of scrimmage, allowing Popson and Eigeldinger to get up the field, and then Bobek for the touchdown.
Kickoff taken by Oakes at the 1. He's across the 15. Oakes has some running room. Oakes trying to get to the outside. He's in the Crestwood territory, brought down by the kicker, Gendler. At the Crestwood 42.
Made by the kicker, George Gendler, number 4.
Hazleton area, in order to make this game interesting, have to capitalize off of Oakes' very good return.
Ball's actually marked at the 41.
Gendler did a great job playing off the blocker, coming in to make that tackle.
Down at the bottom of your screen, Julius Ward, number 7, in at wide receiver. Zukowski in motion. This is George. Not fooled is Eigeldinger. We'll bring him down for no gain.
Stopped by Eigeldinger, number 3.
I want to remind you, high school football on WYLN is brought to you by PM Medical Products. Safe and effective devices are available if you suffer from pain. The We Touch, the non-prescription TENS device, and the Laser Touch 1. Call PM Medical Products at 570-650-1111.
Marty, George was trying to change direction inside, and Eigeldinger was right there.
Oakes in motion to the top of your screen. Heller back to pass. Looking left for Ward. Ward incomplete. Just short of Ward. Chang on the coverage.
Chang did a nice job. Stayed inside the receiver. Heller threw it. But Chang with excellent coverage. And you see the throw there. Chang inside of Ward, which is where you want him.
Remember I said cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame? Just about 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Sun Devils back in front 13-7 over Notre Dame.
Let's see if he jumps now. He's waving.
He just wanted to show you he's still here. Heller being pressured, hit by leg. And hopefully Heller is okay. His leg came from the outside on the sack.
Yeah, leg came off the corner. Nobody picked him up. Heller definitely was exposed. Back to leg. Right here, you're going to see it. Right there he comes. And again, looking to his right, leg coming from his left.
And you know what? Credit Heller. How did he hold on to that football on that hit?
Yeah, he was exposed. Plus, he was looking in the other direction. So hopefully,
he just got the wind knocked out.
Right, a hard hit.
And Joe, fans that are either going to see this score if they're just tuning in now or look in the paper tomorrow and see 35-7. This was a much closer game, especially in that second quarter where the Crestwood defense came up big with a couple of goal line stands, especially one that ended the half.
Let's go back to that, Marty. The one that ended the half. And then the third quarter, Crestwood came out. They were feeding, I really do believe, off of that emotion from that goal line stand before the half, as Heller is up under his own power, walking to the sideline. I expect we'll see Julius Ward move to the quarterback position. But getting back to that, Marty, that momentum, and then they took the ball and rushed it.
Going to be fourth down and about
very well in the third quarter.
The first one came when the game tied at 7. Crestwood held them on 4 downs. 3 plays later, Cole went from 91 yards out to give them the lead of 14-7. Hazleton area got the break on special teams, had a chance to possibly tie the game before halftime, and then Crestwood that big defensive stand. As you mentioned, Ward in at quarterback. On 4th and 17, he's being pressured, looking, throws down the sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Oakes, and the Comets will get it back.
Intended for Oakes, number 7.
On downs.
Ward got it outside, Marty, away from the rush. Overthrew a receiver down the field.
We want to remind you, high school football on WYLN is brought to you by 22nd Street Auto. The cold weather will be here soon. Bring your vehicle to 22nd Street Auto for your pre-winter checkup. 22nd Street Auto is a proud sponsor of Cougar football on WYLN. And by Uri State Farm Insurance. Dan Uri. State Farm wishes the Hazleton area Cougars a successful year. Call Dan Uri for a free insurance comparison. 570-788-5125. So now you would think, Joe, that Coach Myers would like to get some first downs, run some time off the clock.
Well, we're going to, I believe, have a defensive penalty here with
right before the snap.
Defensive man moving into the
offsides against the Cougars.
Yep. They moved into the neutral zone. They called it on the Cougars. Combination of, I think at this point, being a little tired, as well as the offense.
Snap goes through Eichendinger's hands, but he does recover back inside his 40. And the one thing, as I've learned after all these years, you coaches are never happy. That's the one thing I would think Coach Myers and his staff will try to address this week is the snaps, especially direct snaps to Eicheldinger.
I think there's a couple of things. Well, you know, on that snap out of the shotgun or whatever you're going to call a pistol, the ball needs to be, if it's spinning very fast, it needs to be more of a dead spin. In other words, able to handle it. Plus, it's humid. The ball may be sweaty.
This will be Bobeck. Bobeck out across the 45 into Cougar territory. Bobeck cuts it back. That's a block from Wagner. Bobeck, touchdown, Crestwood. We're going to look at the replay.
Yeah, we're going to watch Pops in here. great block. He knocked 2 people down with the block. That was picked up by our statistician, his eye is very good. Pops him with a nice block, Bobek. Bobek with the touchdown.
Bobek, his second rushing touchdown of the night.
Chandler for the point after.
Chandler on for the point after. The hold is down, the kick is up, and no good. 5:21 left in the ball game. Crestwood leads at 41-7.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
Why should you visit Penn State Hazleton?
Because if you come to our Penn State Day open house, there's no application fee. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
We have new scholarship money.
Students are scoring internships
all over the country. Penn State is ranked #1
by corporate recruiters.
And this is your chance to see campus, talk to students, meet professors, and check out everything Penn State has to offer.
Penn State Hazleton.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit-hazleton.
Student section here in Mountaintop behind the Crestwood Comets as they appear to be on their way for their 5th victory in a row, leading 41-7 over Hazleton area.
I'll tell you what, Marty, the offense for Crestwood has kept Hazleton's defense on the field, Hazleton's offense off the field. They have completely dominated the second half with the rushing game.
Gendler will be kicking it away. And this one will not be able to be returned by Oaks, so the touchback will give it to the Cougars at their own 20.
Now when you look at offensively, you're down by 34 points. You have 5 minutes left in the ball game, 5:21. And I keep saying the same thing people would say to coaches. You know, what do you do in that kind of case? You have to work on your offense. You can't just abandon the ship. You try to work the running game, short pass. I mean, if you're going to throw a vertical, make sure you have good blocking.
Leg hits Ward as he was getting ready to throw.
That ball was fumbled. Mike Leg.
I go back to my last comment. If you're going to throw it vertical, up the field,
Crestwood recovers.
You have to be able to block. Turnover.
Christian Givens on the recovery as Leg hit Ward as he was getting ready to throw, forcing the fumble.
Here you see it. Leg just does a great job of making a fake, getting inside. In that case, offensively, I'll be honest with you, if somebody got called for a hold, as a coach, I wouldn't get upset because clearly he was beat inside. You need to do something at that point, whether it's tackle the defensive man and, again, give up a hold and a penalty.
And the air in the balloon really seemed to go out of Hazleton area when Leg returned that interception in the third quarter with 5:28 left from 48 yards out to make it 28-7.
Yeah.
Blass gets the carry as the drive starts in the Grand Central red zone as Blass gets down to the 10.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. And number 1, Lance Blass, is now in quarterback for the Comets.
Blass starting at safety, taking over at quarterback here. Only a freshman for Coach Myers.
chance again. We always talk about the advantage of being ahead and playing younger players in game-type situations. A very big plus.
And Blass will take it again right up the middle. Blass pushing his way inside the 5 to about the 3. Harry's, you pull it first down for the Comets.
Ball's going to be placed on about the 4.
See how much room there is between the ball carrier and the line of scrimmage. A lot of room, and that's because Crestwood's offensive line has a substitution, mass substitution here with all younger players.
Joe, look on the sidelines, find our friend Mr. Flanagan. With 10 seconds left in the half,
Rother, number 7 now.
The Irish will take a 14-13 lead to the half.
Thank goodness for that.
Timeout, Crestwood.
Crestwood
leading 41-7 with 4:07 remaining. We'll keep it here as Coach Myers, with the insertion of new players, wanting to just make sure everybody's lined up in the correct position here.
Well, you know, and the other part of this whole thing is when people look at scores, they'll say, well, why did some so-and-so have to score when they were ahead by 40 points or whatever? And my comment is it's hard to tell the players that are in the ball game that don't see a lot of varsity game time, okay, I want you guys to take it easy. That's not the course of action you take. What you say is you play hard. If you score, you score. I don't think, and for the most part, I don't think coaches try to embarrass other coaches or other teams.
And a lot of times, just like your skill players, your starters practice hard week in and week out, so are all these backup players as well. And this is their opportunity to get out under the lights and contribute. And, you know, they look forward to getting a chance to play.
I agree 100%. Now, if you're ahead 87-0 in your score,
now in under center is Seamus Rother, number 7, a sophomore, who hands off to Domenico Scorano.
Number 10 on the carry.
Oh, excuse me, Johnny Macri. Number 10 got the touchdown run for the Comets.
I'll tell you what, the right side here, and again, Hazleton's defense very, I mean, they're just out of gas at this point. Crestwood has had an amazing second half rushing the football. They score again to make it 47-7, extra point coming up.
Gendler on for the point after the kick is up and good. 4:01 left in the fourth quarter. The Comets in control, 48-7. And we're going to keep it here with the Comets in front, 48-7. And Joe, for the first time this year, we're going to see the mercy rule go into effect, where the clock will continue to run. And if you ask me in the second quarter, the way things were going, I did not see that near the end of this ball game.
I agree 100%. Johnny Macri, the sophomore, scores that last touchdown. And
our players of the game, we had a tough time deciding to try to center out one player. That Crestwood defense is our Fairway Subaru players of the game. They turned this game around in that second quarter. Hazleton area, 7 plays inside the Crestwood 5, could not score. In between there, Crestwood busted a big play for a touchdown to take the lead for good. The Crestwood defense brought the victory for Crestwood tonight. There are players of the game, brought to you by Fairway Subaru.
There's no doubt in my mind Crestwood took the momentum away from that last goal line stand right before the half, and they came out in the third quarter and just dominated.
Gendler to kick it away. Mentioned Crestwood will be here next Friday night here on WYLN, taking on Pocono Mountain West. Cougars will not have a short week.
Kick is into the end zone.
They'll be back in action next Saturday afternoon as they'll take on the Mountaineers of Dallas, up in Dallas.
Well, I thought we talked about Hazleton area making some strides over the last couple of weeks. They hit a bump in the road, and let's see how they react. I'm sure Coach Drumheller will look at the film and take what he needs to do offensively and defensively and go from there. You're in the middle of the season now, Marty. I mean, you got to keep going.
Ward out of the shotgun as Heller remains on the sidelines after getting hit. Pass behind his intended receiver. He's looking for Basic, incomplete. But, you know, if you're Coach Drumheller and you look at this, for 2+ quarters, you went nose to nose with this Crestwood team. You came out very strong with your running game. I think Crestwood, even though they started the second half off running the football, you did force them to punt the ball away. It was the turnovers in that third quarter that really had the game get away from you.
And that's exactly what we said. Take care of the ball. Try not to turn it over. If you do, you're going to get hurt, and that's exactly what happened.
Ward looking to run. He's across the 25, has a first down and more before going out of bounds across the 35. Good for Harry's who pull it. First down.
Knock him out of bounds. First down. Cougars.
Ward showing some of the scrambling ability that he had exhibited during the first part of the season before an injury.
Clock continues to run. 3 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. Ward rolling left, being pressured, and he's going to be sacked. Brought down by Josh Kaminsky, the sophomore.
Kaminsky with a nice job on the sack. Ward going to his left, looking to throw. Route still in progress. Kaminsky came up and made the tackle.
As you see there, we'll be back here week number 7. Crestwood hosting Pocono Mountain West. Begin with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff after 7, the high school football game of the week. Friday night from here at Mountaintop as the Comets host Pocono Mountain West. Ward again being pressured by Kaminsky. Hit as he threw. Incomplete pass.
By Kaminsky, number 44.
Break down inside on the offensive line with the blocking, and Kaminsky just broke free.
Scored by quarter. Hazleton area led this game 7-0 after a Ward back to pass, looking downfield and incomplete. He was looking for Burrows. John Filipchik on the coverage.
What happened was the ball was in the air for so long, gave the defender time to get there. Incomplete, so we're looking at a 4th down, and we're going to be under a minute here. Again, Coach Myers and his staff have to be pleased with the ball game and their dominance with the running game, and they have to be pleased with that defense.
Defense had the defensive stand near the end of the first half, came up with a couple of big turnovers that led to 2 quick scores to start the second half, and Crestwood hasn't looked back. Ward again to pass, throws high, tip, intercepted. Picked off by Hunter May, and May will be brought down at the Cougar 30-yard line.
By Hunter May, number 18.
Hunter May, good job on the tip. That's why you do that drill.
Tackled by Colin Gunser, number 61. Crestwood ball, 1st and 10 on the Cougar 30.
I think we're going to see my favorite offensive set.
The old victory.
Nothing wrong with it.
I've never known how coaches could enjoy most a play that you lose yardage on, but...
Well, you tell them don't go back too far.
You don't want to hurt that rushing average.
That's right.
It should take one kneel down for Crestwood to run out the clock. As the Comets, in a score that does not indicate how close this game was for 2+ quarters, the Comets on homecoming weekend win their 5th in a row. This time defeating Hazleton area tonight by a score of 48-7, in which the defense shined. The Crestwood defense, our Fairway Subaru players of the game, coming through when they needed to and defeating the Cougars by a score of 48-7. As we mentioned, Crestwood to 5-1. The Cougars' 2-game winning streak is snapped. They'll fall to 2-4 as they'll head to Dallas next Saturday afternoon to take on the Mountaineers. The Comets will return home next Friday, right here on WYLN, with a matchup against Pocono Mountain West. And the Comets, just as Coughlin did earlier on this season on WYLN, get a big points game as far as districts go. Coughlin did the same thing this year. Crestwood with a defeat of a 4A team in that District 2 AAA standings.
With the point system, Marty, when the 3As play the larger schools, a huge advantage.
We're going to get a look at the Service Electric Wilkes-Barre recap of tonight's game, which Hazleton area started out quickly. Took the opening possession, 8 plays, 80 yards, 3:18 off the clock. On 4th and 3, Zach Zukoski from 39 yards out put the Cougars in front, 7-0. But the Comets would answer their opening possession of the ball game. Frank Eicheldinger would go down the near sideline, 48 yards. And if not for Jeff Oakes' touchdown-saving tackle at the 12, Crestwood would have tied it there. But they'll cap that 4-play, 65-yard drive with Jacob Spegner from 4 yards out to tie the game at 7. Then after a goal line stand, the first of 2 by the Crestwood defense, Brandon Cole on 3rd down would go from 91 yards out, untouched, and Cole would get to the end zone to give the Comets their first lead of the night at 14-7. They would take that lead into the halftime break. After a Cougar turnover, Jay Popson would go from 16 yards out. Point after was good, and Crestwood led 21-7. Mentioned turnovers, here's another one. Heller's pass would be intercepted by Mike Legg, and he would return it 48 yards down the sideline, and with 5:28 left in the third, the Comets would lead it by a score of 28-7. Fourth quarter action, Frank Eicheldinger, part of a strong running attack on an 11-play drive, would get inside the Cougar 5 for a 1st and goal, but that play would be called back on a penalty. But that drive, 11 plays, 80 yards, would be capped. Matt Bobick from 8 yards out would give the Comets a 35-7 lead. And then in the 4th, Bobick again. This time from 59 yards, got a couple of big blocks from his quarterback Popson, and here from Jacob Spegner, and Bobick would get his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. Point after no good, and made it 41-7. Crestwood would get another turnover, and from 4 yards out, Johnny Macri would round out the scoring as Crestwood wins their 5th in a row by a score of 48-7, a game that was much closer than that final score would indicate, as the Comets win their 5th in a row and go to 5-1 on the season. That was the post-game highlights and recap brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. And we are going to say goodnight on a day where Wilkes University honored the 1993 MAC champions, led by our very own coach, Joe DeMelfi. We are going to say goodnight from Crestwood High School. For our director, Barry J.S., for stats by Jim Burns, For Joe Flanagan, Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. We'll see you Friday night right back here at Crestwood High School as the Comets play host to Pocono Mountain West. We'll start with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff after 7. The high school football game of the week, Friday night, Pocono Mountain West and Crestwood. This has been a WILN Sports Special presentation. Once again, your final. On homecoming weekend, the Crestwood Comets win it 48-7 over Hazleton area. Good night from Mountaintop.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
WILN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.